Hello everyone, this is Raul with ChilledNurse, and although this channel does focus a lot on nursing, today I want to focus on finances, because this channel does focus on nursing, finance, and lifestyle. Today I'll be going over an episode of Financial Audit by Caleb Hammer, and the guest on today's episode is actually an ER nurse, so a fellow nurse. And although his situation is pretty unique, a lot of people do have debt. As you see right here in these stats, total household debt in Q3 2023, 17.29 trillion. Average household debt, 103,000. Total credit card debt, 1.08 trillion. Average credit card debt, 6,365. This is absurd. These numbers are crazy. And because of these terrifying stats, I really want to get the word out there about finance. The last thing I want is someone retiring with no money, having their children subsidize their retirement. That's just, it's the worst. So let's get into this video and see what this nurse is all about.
Hi, I'm Assad. I'm 27 years old, based out of Los Angeles, California, and this is Financial Audit.
Thanks for coming from Los Angeles. What do you do there for a living?
I'm a ER nurse.
This man is 27, ER nurse. 27, ER nurse. That's rough. You could do a lot with $80,000 as long as you manage it correctly, as long as you budget.
I do overtime sometimes, so
Yeah.
it can range anywhere from 23 to like 34.
You get the federal time.
See, that's the good thing about being a nurse right now, even in the future, I believe. There's a nursing shortage. I feel like there's always going to be one. And because of that, there's always ways to pick up shifts, get some overtime if you maybe got yourself into some scary debt. Get your overtime in, you'll pay off stuff pretty quickly. Because if you, let's say you make $40 an hour, right? Time and a half, you're making $60 an hour for every hour you're working overtime. That's pretty great.
So, yes, what came in was $6,189. Does that sound right?
$6,189 a month. That's no joke. That's pretty decent change. How could someone like this be struggling?
It is.
Los Angeles, notoriously not a cheap city.
That's true. That's one good point. It's very expensive out there in Los Angeles.
Do you live in his house? Do you split
Apartment.
an apartment?
I split an apartment.
Oh, okay. So what's your current rent?
For me, it's $1,800 a month. But just for November and
Yeah.
October, I was also paying $27 on the
Why?
old apartment.
Sheesh.
Oh,
I couldn't break the lease.
See, that sucks. He couldn't break the lease on the old apartment. But this is really good, though, because he's saving almost $1,000 by going to this other apartment. He said, I think $1,800 is what he's paying now, down from $2,700. That's a huge amount of savings. That's going to be so good for paying off debt.
you paid what? It was $2,700.
27, yeah.
What?
It's really expensive.
Okay.
Like,
Oh, man. This guy, he's one of those guys that laughs when he's nervous or when he's trying to cope. This guy seems pretty cool, though.
I saw the money on my account, and I just like, yeah, I could afford that. And then I went from I could afford that to I can make the payment on that, and I'm realizing that I might not be a credit card person.
Okay.
Yes, so that's the issue. The more someone makes, the more they spend, usually. And this is why this crazy statistic right here, nearly 40% of Americans with an annual income over 100,000 live paycheck to paycheck. This is terrifying. Simply put, it's lifestyle inflation. You feel like you have more money, you feel like you can afford things, you get that nicer car, you get the nicer house, but because you get all these nicer things, you have less to spend, less free money. And then inevitably, you got no money. Even though you make $100,000, you're living paycheck to paycheck. Yikes.
What did you rack up the credit card debt with?
I had the money to buy a computer in full, and I decided to put that on the credit card.
Multiple credit cards.
Why? Why would you do that? Why? If you have the cash, just buy it straight up. I bought my iPhone with cash because I had the cash. I wanted the phone and I bought it. Why would you go into more debt? It just makes no sense. If you can truly afford something, just pay it straight up. Some things are tough, houses and cars, because they're multiple thousands of dollars. It's a little harder to do that. But if we're talking about a PC, a phone, anything else, clothing, just save up for it, pay it in cash. That way you don't have to worry about later on about paying it monthly or something. Just pay it.
From your credit cards? What were you trying? It was a scholarship, so you were paying for other people's college on a credit card?
my cash, and then I was using the credit cards to
Oh.
then for the
Oh.
living expense.
Oh,
The living
dude. Okay, hold on. I'm a nurse, okay? Just like this guy. I love helping people. Trust me, I do. It's my whole career, obviously. But, if helping someone is going to be a detriment to me and my future and my retirement and my kid, no, I can't do that. You really got to self-reflect, like Caleb says in this whole episode, when you do these things. This guy is nowhere near having enough money to be giving it to people like that. Like Caleb says in this whole episode, I love his heart. I really do. Like, this guy is really cool for trying to do this. He's trying to get people into nursing school so they can be nurses and then therefore help us all out. I like that. But there's a time and place for it. For this guy, it's probably 10, 15, 20 years down the line. Brother, you're 27. You don't have time and money for this right now. Focus on your career, get your bag, and then you can spoil everyone when you have all the money in the world.
interest charge, $76.32, also being stolen from you. That's not helping.
See, this is why credit cards are so damn scary, man. $3,366 is owed, right? He put in $112 as a payment, which is great. Good job. But then interest is $76. So he barely made like a $30-something difference. That's crazy. This is why you really got to pay these off more than the minimum.
That's great. Interest stolen from you, $80. We have $80 of interest being stolen from us. We're only...
This is his second credit card, $3,375. He paid $114, which is great. I love it. But then he purchased $33 on it. Damn. And then he got hit with an $80 interest charge. So he made like no dent in this. Yeah, look at that. It's like, what, 2-cent difference? Pay your stuff off ASAP. And don't pay minimums. And don't charge on cards that have $3,000 balances. Whew.
Because we currently owe Discover. We discovered how to get $3,936.30.
Another credit card. This is his third credit card. $3,958. He paid $80. Awesome. Terrific. Oh, but wait. Interest of $57. Jeez. Pay them off. This is crazy. This guy has so much debt already.
Why do you think we fall into that? We're just like, oh, or I just give up right now. I'm just gonna swipe. I'm gonna swipe. I'm gonna swipe.
I don't. That's an interesting one. I want to say it's just
Do you ever self-reflect on your spending?
no.
Do you budget?
I feel like this guy is like a lot of people where they stress by maybe. ER nurse is not a easy job. It's very stressful. So I could imagine him buying things because he's very stressed out. A lot of people also buy things because they want to keep up with the Joneses. They want their nice Rolex or something. But it's very interesting to see when someone gets put on blast like, so why do you think you spend all this money like this? They don't have an answer. It's crazy. They just do it.
$1,979.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Another card?
It just never stops. Like I knew I made some mistakes, but
Do you not even know how much debt you have?
Oh my gosh.
I have a spreadsheet.
He doesn't know how much debt he has. As you saw right there, his laugh, he's like, it just keeps adding up. Dude, do you not know how much money is on these credit cards? That's crazy. When I'm in debt, I'm like always checking it because I don't know. It's anxiety for me. Like I want to check it, see if it's getting better or worse. Like I'm always checking it, seeing how much I have in debt. On Credit Karma, I want to see if my utilization is getting better. But how do you not know anything? This is bad.
$61 minimum monthly payment. $40 of interest stolen from us. Purchases $120.
Another card. 4 credit cards so far. This one's $1,876. He paid $58. Great. But then he purchased $120. And then he got hit with the interest, $40. Like, he made no dent in this one. This is sad, man. I've been there, trust me. Like, I've had a lot of credit card debt before. And it's just sad to know that millions of people out there are also doing the same thing.
I want to say the majority of it is food. If I'm going to a restaurant with friends, I'll fork the bill. and I'll.
Why?
Exactly. Why? If you have all these credit cards, we're talking, what, probably more than $10,000 in credit card debt? Why are you forking the bill? Man, this guy is too nice. Mr. Nice Guy right here. Yes, man. Yes, man. Yes, man. Oh.
I guess it's the ego thing. Like, I like to pay for people's lunch. It just makes me feel good.
Okay, so it's just like the self, like,
Yeah, just the mental masturbation.
Mental masturbation. That's a new one.
what am I missing?
No, I think that's all the essentials. Everything else is just wants, which I don't need.
All right, so you see here, this is all his needs, okay? He's got $3,387 left. That's a lot of money. That's like one credit card each month right there. But because he's doing so much BS spending, he can't get it done. But look, he's like I said in the beginning, his income is so good that he should not be in this much debt. It's just that he was spending so much on BS, giving money away, that he was losing it all. But look, now he has a nice little budget. He's got $3,387 left at the end of the month. He's going to pay everything off real quick if he sticks to this.
I'm giving you $387 in you bullshit spending. As long as you budget it, you track it. What might be best for you is an envelope system. Put $387 in an envelope. You can spend that on fun. The moment it's done, you can't take from any other place. You can't spend money on fun for anything else.
If you're not aware of the envelope system, it's pretty simple. You just grab an envelope. You can buy it at any store, really. You bring it home. You fill it up with some money. You budget that money. Let's say it's for eating out only, or for theaters only, or for shoes. Well, that money is all the money you get for those things. If you spend it all, then it's it. You don't go into your debit card or your credit cards. It's just the envelope and that's it. It's a really good system in my opinion because it makes you see the money go. So when you're there and you're seeing your fun money go, you gotta be like, okay, I gotta settle down a little bit. I gotta slow down, or else all this fun money is done in the first 2 days of the month.
By the end of month number 6, all credit cards should be paid down. End of month number 6, all credit cards are done.
6 months is all it takes with his income and with a good budget to pay off all these credit cards we just saw. All those 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, 1,000. They're gone in 6 months. Budgeting is so strong with a good income, obviously. If you have a very low income, you're still going to budget, obviously, but it's going to take a little bit longer to do this. But this man's income is so high, respectively, that he can pay off all this stuff pretty quick. I've been watching Caleb for, a year now or so. And yeah, a lot of his guests, their income isn't as powerful. And it takes them 2+ years to do this. So they have to live on rice and beans for 2 years. This guy just needs to live on rice and beans for 6 months and he's set.
It's hard work. It's going to take a lot of sacrifice. And it's so much easier said than done of not swiping and having the fun that costs money. But we go to parks, go to the beach,
See, I like that he said this because you don't have to go to a 5-star restaurant every single time. You don't have to go to an expensive outing. You can just go to a park and have a nice little picnic. It's just as memorable and fun. But yeah, right here, this is all about sacrifice. If he does this budget, he's going to be set. He's just got to work hard and then he can play hard.
And you're happy with career, you're happy with where you are. This is what you want to do for the rest of your life?
Yeah. In my head,
Okay, that did not sound very confident. But I understand. I love nursing. I really do. But there's days where I can't picture myself doing it for 40, 50 more years. It's an up and down career. It's very stressful, but it's very rewarding at the same time. But me personally, I can deal with it. I love it. I just don't think it's just going to be floor nursing all of my life. I don't know if I'm going to go into management or NP. As a nurse, there's just so many routes. So I'm not sure where I'm going to go, but I'm going to stick around. I love it.
I'll go back to school, but I told myself...
Why? For why? For why? You're making $80,000. It's going to be over 6 figures before you know it. Why?
Nurse practitioning, so like the advanced practice nurse.
Oh, okay.
Now, as you heard there, he wants to be a nurse practitioner. Probably. He just has to save up for the school. So he's currently making $80,000. And as a nurse practitioner, I see here that the median base salary for full-time NPs was $113,000. So although that $113,000 base salary is more than his current 80, I don't know if it's worth it right now because of all this debt he has. If he's going to be out of debt and not going crazy anymore, then I could see him doing this. But right now, he needs to chill out a little bit.
Getting a degree? I don't know. So be realistic. Have a conversation with yourself. Do some actual self-reflecting, which you haven't been able to do finance-wise. Do some self-reflecting and see if this is actually right for you. And I'm good with it, and I love that it'll add some earning potential. I'm good with school when it makes sense. I'm good with certifications. I talk about course careers for tech certifications. I talk about trade schools. I'm good with this. This is a good thing. If you think you can actually do it while continuing to make income to live and invest, if it makes sense for you, then...
If it makes sense. I can't tell you, there's been a lot of people on this show, but also people I've heard of out there in the world. Just how many people get like a PhD in something like liberal arts. And so they get this PhD, right? They get 6 to 8 years of schooling and they're paying thousands and thousands. They're hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. Yet their income at their job will be like 20,000, 30,000. It's like, that's not even worth it. Like, sure, you'll get the enjoyment at that time. I love learning too, but you gotta make it make sense. If it's not paying the bills, get it out of here. And of course, I do want people to be happy with their lives. I do. But you can't ruin your life in the future to be happy now.
Your nonprofit does not count, and I would not be contributing to it at all until you're at least probably like 5 years, dude. Minimum.
About that, I told some students that I would guarantee their scholarship for the spring of next year.
This is fucking Scott's tots.
I love that he's got such a caring soul. This guy is a saint. He really is. But my goodness, dude, you're ruining your life just to guarantee these people their tuition. I love it. Trust me. I want people to go to school and succeed and have great lives. But take care of yourself first. Same thing with us nurses. Like, if we don't take care of ourselves and we're sick all the time, how are we going to take care of our patients? So that's basically the moral of the whole video. You have to help yourself out first before you can help others. If you're in debt, if you have some big things coming up that's going to cost a lot, be careful. Just don't give what you don't have. Don't spend what you don't have. Majority of us love helping people. We all love giving gifts on Christmas and everything. But if you're not financially secure enough to do so, then don't do it. I'm sure the family, the friends will understand. So help yourself out first. Get rid of all your debt. Save up a little bit. And then, and only then, can you spoil whenever you want. Those Christmas gifts that you want to give out, you can finally give them and you won't really be stressing about it because you'll have savings, you'll have everything in place. So that was the episode. Hopefully you enjoyed. Again, this was an episode of Financial Audit with Caleb Hammer. You guys should go check out Caleb Hammer on his channel. He makes some great financial videos. He interviews people from around the world, talks about their finances, and they can get really spicy. But that's it on my end. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. So again, that's it. I'm Raul with ChilledNurse. Peace.